Be prepared for highly offensive language throughout and adult and sexual themes. They have spent their first 24 hours in the house, and we've already had the first nomination. Yeah. The first kiss. Woo. And Biggins gave us his first name drop of the season! Oh, casual Liza ref. We love a Liza ref on it. Coming up, we've got all the latest news and exclusives for you as our 15 brand new celeb housemates settle into life. CBB. That's what we like to call it on this show. We're a classy show. We're a classy show. And for the first time this series, Dr. Pam Spur's back. We know her. Find out who she thinks is the house gentleman and who won't be a pushover. Plus, we might only just be getting to know them, but it seems that the housemates are having a bit of an identity crisis, so we'll be revealed a little bit later on, but it's time now to meet tonight's panel. First up, he's an ex-housemate, he's an X Factor contestant, and he's a XXX rated bots guest. It's Zankie. Next up, if everyone dressed like my next guest, we'd all be looking suave, sophisticated, there'd be no need for nudist beaches. It's Mr. Schlong Thong himself, Bobby Norris! I love it. Stop popping about that. And I'm going to keep my next guest intro as short as possible, because if this show runs even a minute over, we might see the first ever Bots live childbirth, ladies and gentlemen. That pulls out. Got me glove.
Frankie's freaked out.
Frankie's not liking this,
I just made Frankie feel my Braxton
Way too close for comfort, mate.
Are we timing these contractions? We're all right, are we?
Frankie's like, oh.
I've got a bucket in Ocktown and a long old horse glove. Right. On with tonight's action. The brand new batch of celeb housemates are just settling into life in the house. Frank, let me start with you. You've been in there. I mean, what is that first night like?
Fucking buzzing, mate.
Yeah!
Loving it. You ain't got nothing to worry about, do you know what I mean? Like, you're excited, you're getting pissed, it's exciting, yeah. I think they'll be happy.
It's probably one of the nicest times in
the
house.
Oh, it goes downhill from there, mate. Don't worry
It's a slippery old slope. Bob, you know Lewis really well. How do you think he's getting on in there?
I mean, obviously still early days, but I think he's shown himself to be a little bit of a gent. I like the old situation with the bed that we saw. I think he'll bring something to the table.
Yeah, he's doing all right. It's only been just less than 24 hours, but he's doing all right. Lulu, I know you like a bitch, didn't you? You like a bit of a bitch. Who ain't you liking at the minute?
I don't really like Bear.
Oh, really? You don't like Bear?
I don't. I just think... I'm going to be a bit snobby now, but I just think he's just awful, common as much awfulness that I would not...
Nothing wrong with being common, though.
If my daughter ever brought him home, oh, it would just be devastating.
In all fairness, I've got to say this. I watched the show back again last night because I'm such a fan. And his entrance was nothing like I remembered him on the likes of X on the Beach. Like,
see, I haven't ever watched X on the Beach.
Yeah, he was really funny in that, and he was quite fun. He was a bit of like a stirrer.
Well, I thought his entrance, he was a plonker.
No, he was a plonker. You're such a pregnant woman. You wouldn't have said that 9 months ago, would you?
There's no other word. Like, I can't even swear about him apart from say he was like a donk, a plonker.
I want to know what he was on and where he got it. I'm joking.
I can confirm he was high on life. He was high on life, guys. It was life. We're going to be talking a bit more about this later, but we have had the first twist of the series. Biggins has been chosen as the secret boss. Bobby, were you happy that Biggins got that role?
I was, to be fair. I love a little bit of the Biggins.
Everyone.
I mean, we all do. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a character. I love his bit of banter. Gotta love the extended laugh, like Thomas the Tank.
Can I just say, if we put him and Rusty Lee in the house together, we'd be...
Can you imagine? can you imagine?
Get Rusty in.
I can see why, and I'm glad that the public voted for him, because I kind of think he won't take it too personal when it turns out what it's all a bit of a setup. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Frank, let me ask you, who would you have put in charge if it was
There,
just
100%, mate.
Oh, really?
Because when he found out that the whole house knew and the joke was on him, he'd have just fucking copped. He'd have been in bits, wouldn't he? Can you imagine? Like...
Well, it's funny you brought him up because he seemed very paranoid about gameplay.
I wonder why he was paranoid.
It's only day at one. How do you think he is going to cope when the game really starts to be played, Lulu?
Well, after his massive come down, I think hopefully the paranoia might wear off.
On live.
No, sorry, I'm so sorry, but I mean, the guy's just an idiot. I just don't like him. I think he's gonna. It'll get to him, but you know, hopefully he can detox his life thing, and we'll see a really good side to Bear.
Well, he done well on X on the Beach. A lot of people love him. We actually saw Frankie. He's high on life as well, Frankie, in the diary room, explaining his tactics for getting nominated by Biggins. Now, he's done American Big Brother. Right? Do we think he's going to have some form of advantage over the rest of his housemates? Because, let me just say, the US version is very, very different to our version. I'd like to think Alan is the best version in the world. I'm just going to put it out. But love to all of you as well. Do you think he's going to approach it differently, Bob?
I definitely think that is a little bit of an upper hand. It's a bit of an advantage. Not only does he know how the show works, I think in America it's a slightly different world anyway. Like, if you look at everyone's VT compared to Frankie's, I think Americans aren't so worried about going, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to win it, I'm going to smash it, whereas us as Brits, we would never in a million...
I'm not a game player.
I'm here for the experience, babe. You know what I mean? Like, you would never... It's just a very different world, but I do think that does give him a slight upper hand.
Yeah, true. Frank, are you impressed at his strategy? It's the first night and he's already clicking the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think if you go in there with a game plan anyway, you're a bit of a dick. But after the first night, do you know what I mean? Like, that's a bit much, I think. And I think the same with Syra as well.
Well, you said that about Syra. Biggins chose her to be the first to be nominated with a big old Judas kiss, Judas. Although that actually means she's immune. He doesn't know that, we do. Louisa, she's a fellow apprentice contestant. Do you think he picked her because of the way she played her card of, you know, I'm missing my children, or do you think he just don't like her?
I think that when she was quite passive-aggressive with Chloe, and she was like, oh, yeah, you're married to the 58-year-old, and then kind of was like, oh, yeah, but you've done really well for yourself, and that was quite, like, very undertoned bitchy, and I think he kissed her then, and he thought, fuck you, bitch, like, picking on her, I'm going to get you now, and I don't think it was the... Well. I mean, since when is your heart here? She's like, oh, I miss my kids, my heart's going. I was like, kind of biology that she did. So I don't think
people are made in different ways. If you are at home and your heart's down here, don't feel left out. Are we pleased that Biggins went for Syra because she's now immune? No!
Do you know what?
Go on the blazer.
Thank you. Actually, these apprentice girls are actually quite intelligent. And I'm actually quite pleased he saved her. Because we like a bit of intelligent conversation in the house. It's not only about tits and bums, is it?
No.
Oh, someone's knowing. Who's knowing?
She's quite civil, and she's got it to the T, really, isn't she, in there? But she is a little bit serious. She's a little bit serious, and she takes it all above board.
I'll get nose up the back.
Sorry, darling. No, let me say. Sorry. No, because I find her, yes, very patronising, and I think Biggins made the right choice. She was having that conversation on the sofa, patronising the two young girls, and then Biggins just leaned forward and gave her the kiss of death because she was irritating.
And even in the beginning night, she felt like she was the host of the whole bloody show. Would you like water or prosecco?
Get him in! Prosecco! Oh well, she is the only one to successfully play the game so far, which seemed to make Bear and Heavy D very suspicious of her intentions. So, Bobby, do you think this is going to cause a bit of distrust? Because she was quite open in saying, you know, guys, this is what we're supposed to do. This is the game, you know, it's the task.
Yeah, I think she jumped on that pony very quickly. Like, I don't really know where the pony comes from. I don't know what I'm saying, babe. We'll scrap that and start again.
It's a Friday!
It's a Friday. So, forget the pony. We'll forget the pony, yeah, she jumped on the bandwagon. And to me, she over-egged the pudding a little bit. Like, everyone was going nicely, and I felt it was a little bit like she baited it up. Like, I thought, be a little bit more subtle, babes.
Yeah.
But she was planting that seed, and she had the watering can out, and she wanted to be immune.
I think that she knew that he kissed her because of that horrible conversation, and then she's tried to backtrack and went, oh no, it's because I said about my kiss.
Oh,
Kids. And I don't think it's...
Safe face.
I think that he did it because she was being like horrible, like really patronising older woman.
Yeah.
And actually, he just thought, I'm going to get you. And then Heavy D, though, I was surprised at the paranoia from Heavy D because he's quite like, oh, la la la, boom. And then, boom, suddenly he was like really paranoid.
Yeah.
And you think, fucking hell, it's so early. They've been in there.
We're
in for a fucking blinder. Blinder.
It's true. Now, I'm sorry, there is something I've got to say. Last night, I made a little gag about Marnie and said, wouldn't it be funny if Marnie got it off with Grant Bovey? Well, I brought Mystic Meg on this side going on in here because I saw her flirting with Grant Bovey. Frank, can we see something happening there? She said that he's a 50-odd-year-old.
Nah, she'll be sitting on Lewis in a Come on, he's a charming man. He's lovely. I love Lewis. I think he's great. And I don't know. I think Marnie will probably be slurping on it very soon.
Oh, no!
What a note to finish on. Give her a round of applause. Thank you, lady. Oh, well, that's what they think. But what about you lot at home? On Sunday, we're going to have our first weekend show of the series. Your show, so it is your turn to get involved. Fan phone calls are back. All you need to do is give me a call on 0333 577 779. Standard geographic charges apply. Calls from mobiles may be higher, and you can be chatting to me on Sunday. Yeah. What do you want? It is your chance to get something off your chest. Still to come, we catch up with the latest developments in the house. Plus, Dr. Pam's back. I do love Dr. Pam. She's going to be revealing who the class clown is right after this short break. See you in a minute. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. The show that's louder than Biggins, feistier than Syra, and crucially, less annoying than Heavy D. You know what I mean? Talking loud and annoying, it is time to check in with that motley crew, and the secret boss has been very, very busy.
Housemates, earlier today, the secret boss was asked to pass judgment on you by assigning certain labels to certain housemates. But the housemates the secret boss chose as the least talented celebrities are Bear and Lewis. As a result, Bear and Lewis, you must wear a pantomime donkey costume for the rest of the day.
Put your hand up, put your hand up. Here we go.
There's nothing like a pantomime donkey. Frank, I've got to come to you first. Do you agree with his choices?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, definitely. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they've been on, what is it, Towie and X on the beach?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not, unfortunately, like, yeah, you've got...
Bobby, let me come to you.
No, wait, at the end of the day, it's... Bobby.
I'm joking.
You know
I'm the
what I
first
mean.
to admit, we ain't talented, we're shit luck. Do you know what I mean?
We're all lucky.
You're fucking banging at what you're doing, but
you're right, we haven't got talent, we're not actors, we're not actresses,
do you
we're
know
not
what I mean?
singers.
You're just on a reality TV show, which is fair enough, do you know what I mean? That's not a bad thing, but you ain't got no talent.
Hello, it pays the mortgage. That's all we're going to say.
Amen!
Yeah, no, you probably have got talent as well.
In the show tonight, though, Biggins said he was going to pick on the boys because he's had enough of beautiful people. Now, Lou, are you surprised that he's gone for that reason?
I just think it's hard, isn't it, to get any reason. So he's probably playing it quite light-hearted in case it comes out.
Oh.
So he's probably a bit being a bit clever there.
He's a fan.
He's a
He might
fan,
be
isn't
twigging
he?
a bit.
So it's probably just been nice.
What do we think to his reasonings?
I don't think Biggins would suss it out so soon, because it happened so soon. He'll never think it's been twisted. I don't think he'll think that, you know what I mean? So I think he's just going along with it because he thinks...
I've got to come to you, because you look lovely. What do you think, darling?
Yes, I agree. I think probably he, not being horrible, but he's wearing that awful housecoat thing.
Oh, the robe.
That looks like something from a charity shop.
Yeah.
And he's got all these gorgeous young men around him, and he probably feels a
Probably
little
feels
bit
a bit
envious.
inferior.
Envious,
Bit inferior. I quite like the robe, in all fairness. I'd have a little robe like that. What have I? Go on, babe, go on.
I like the robe. I think he's doing it to the boys just to amuse himself in the house. It's boring in there. He's got to amuse himself.
Yeah, true, so you got to cheer yourself up in there. But, like we said, they've only been in there for literally 24 hours. There's already been a right load of drama. Do you know what? I think it's time for a bit of... Oh, you love it. You love it. I want to Here to separate the Biggins from the Grande, the Graziano from the Waisel, and the Khan from, well, the other Khan. It's my favourite Dr. Babs. You love it. Very in keeping with the house.
It is
I like
gold.
the bronzy gold. Listen, we've heard the audience on the panel's view of our new celeb housemates. What is your first impression of our crew?
2 words. It's going to be a car crash.
It's a car crash.
It's going to be.
What we want.
Okay. You know, tree huggers. Well, we have a lot of mirror huggers in there with a lot of self-love, and there's not a lot of love to go around in the house. So they're going to be feeling quite irritated by the fact they don't get that love they want.
Well, a few of our housemates have said that they won't be taking any crap whilst they're in the house, especially Renee and James. Have you spotted any early signs of what you could believe the conflict will come from?
Well, absolutely. First off, Renee just saying that sleep deprivation turns her into a monster. And can I get a guarantee from you that if I say something negative about her, I'm not going to end up in a concrete jacket in the Thames?
Well, I can't.
Okay.
You know, but I will just say I love Renee and I love all the family.
But also, what we're going to see a lot of is that sort of vying for social power and validation. Already, like, Biggins adore him, Manelli's story. Then Renee had a big, to top his story. And what we're going to have is a lot of envy and competition, exactly, from all those bits and pieces.
Oh, I love a one-upper.
Yeah, exactly.
I do. Well, someone who wasted no time, I'd say, in making her opinions known was Syra. Let's remind ourselves of that, how do I put it, awkward masturbation chat.
Have you got a vibrator in?
Honey, I'm married. I don't do sex.
Vibrator. Mine's the best one you can ever want. Mine's an ice cream.
Your vibrator's an ice cream.
Do you want to lick? I just stand with it like this.
Oh, no.
It's like
Please.
They put an ice cream on you, funny.
Do you think your mum would be happy you said that?
You've masturbated. We all know it. You would have.
Ever.
Chloe, you have.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. Only human.
You have.
Right. I've got a little issue. No. I've got an issue, right? Syra is a loose woman, right? Now, that is the kind of chat, I'm not saying every day at lunchtime, but that's the kind of chat that they do as part of their job. She also said no subject is too taboo for her.
Exactly.
So I'm a bit confused. What do you make of that outrage?
Okay, this was all...
She was like, oh!
This was all about her power play gone wrong. She thought that she could get Marnie to comply when she said, oh, no, you shouldn't be talking about this. What would your mother think? Instead, Marnie did a psychological 2 fingers to you and turned the conversation to ice cubes on the V and etc. And so she was shocked. Her power play failed.
Do you think she's trying to set herself up? Because we all know, that we were talking about this in the civilian version, cooks do well in the show because they tend to stay in, blah, blah, blah. Do you think she's trying to find that role as the house mother?
No, not as a house mother. I think much more as some sort of dominant alpha female, #control freak.
Oh, control freak! Well, house mother aside, can we see any other housemates maybe, I don't know, trying to traditionally fill one of those roles that we're so used to?
Okay, well, Grant, you see him, he's vying for a power role. Not only when he went in last night, give me your hand.
Where are you going to put it?
I'm not going to put anything in it, darling.
I know what you get up to. I'll read your column. Go on.
He did presidential handshakes with all of them, where he did the double grip.
Double hand.
He transmit that subtle message of power. He then used ingratiation with Marnie. He was gushing like a teenage girl, saying, "Oh, I'm talking to Marnie. I'm talking to Marnie." That ingratiation again gets you power through flattery.
Oh.
Remember his BT, where he had all those James Bond poses. It's not going to be a license to thrill, license to lose, because he's not strong enough. There are going to be other powerful characters who take the stronger roles. But then we're going to have the clown like in Heavy. We're going to have the unruly children like in sort of Marnie, Lewis, and Bear. And when Bear and Lewis first got together, I was thinking they do share a brain cell.
Oh.
But they are actually much more complicated than that. And also we're going to have in Ricky, we've got the wonderful, sensible kind of brother of the house. I'm loving Ricky and his corner.
They're already filling them little gaps. They're already filling them little traps.
Absolutely.
Let's move on to the twist, because we saw Biggins get the secret boss task. Is he the best man for the job, or would you have liked to have seen someone else?
You know, he's a national treasure, so I can understand people voting for him. But the thing is, if we'd done one of the Americans, like Renee or Frankie, they would have had to go by their gut instinct, because they have the least information about all those Brit housemates. So I would have preferred one of them to have had that role.
Because of the...
Plus, he might suss it out. He's so smart. I think
He is quite smart,
you know.
but I do understand what you're saying about the Americans. They've got less, you know, don't really know that much about a lot of the people over here. But because of the actual twist, the game playing seem to be at the forefront of a lot of the housemates' mind. Now, I think a fair few of our housemates, it's quite safe to say, have had a bit of a reality TV past. I mean, it's safe to say. Do you think it's easier for the people that have done reality TV to come into this house and play the game?
Only a little bit, because they're used to a lot of camera action and a lot of camera hogging. But of course, they've also got the fact that Big Brother is a law unto himself.
And it's not
and
scripted.
It's not
as well.
scripted,
It's not a scripted
exactly.
show.
And what we're going to see is also celebrity tribes, a bit of rivalry in who's trying to get all the camera action, because we have the performers who've honed their craft, like, you know, Biggins and Ricky and, say, Aubrey and Frankie, who are singers and dancers. Then we've got the reality stars. Then we've got, like, the celebs by default, like getting column inches for the wrong reasons, like Bovie with the bankruptcy and Katie with the sort of meltdowns before she moved to America. So we're going to have these weird sort of celebrity tribes, which there will be tension in some ways about who's getting more attention.
Oh, I love a tribe. I do love a little tribe in this night. Well, someone who loves a bit of reality TV is Bear, and within a few hours he was telling Frankie what he thought of the housemates. Let's take a look at this exclusive clip.
So far, everyone's nice.
I like everybody.
So far, I like everyone. Obviously, I've got my opinions on people already.
Me too.
Like, do you have that? I'm not gonna lie to you.
Me too.
I honestly think, don't like him. I don't like her, I don't like him. He's just behaving a bit too much, but it's not even being weird than that, but it's just what you think straight away. But don't get me wrong, good bunch of people, right?
I agree.
Very good bunch of people.
Yeah.
Different characters from everybody. You got the younger, the older, the fucking sick.
So why do you think Bear has judged some of his housemates so quickly?
Well, I think Bear would probably be very high on impulsivity. Now, the psychological aspect of that trait is quick decisions. So he's making snap decisions, where some of the others who are more observational are not going to make such quick decisions. The thing that we have to watch with Bear, though, is he can also, as high on impulsivity, make very quick bonds, but they're only temporary. So right then, you know, there he's bonding with Frankie, we think. But for Bear, that's just being in the moment. So we're going to watch him and how he moves around the house. It'd be really interesting.
OK, well, let's talk about one of the other house pretty boys, Biggins' words, not mine, Lewis. He managed to persuade Frankie to give up his bed for Syra. Now, do you think that was a... Yeah, look, someone's clapping. Do you think... But the question does remain, though, guys. Do you think that was a genuine, like, act of gentlemanly kindness, or... Do you think that's a bit of a clever game technique to get people
No, I know you would have done it so more subtly. You would have pulled, you know, Frankie aside and said, "Come on, darling, you need to give the ladies this bed or whatever."
Balls, I would have had a double.
Instead...
I did.
Instead...
Claire from Steps could sleep on the floor.
Lewis used it as a power play, because he could humiliate Frankie by sort of pointing out what a child you are, not even thinking about the fact that she needs a bed to herself. She's a married woman and whatever. And so he did that as a power play to kind of exert himself and put Frankie at a lower level in terms of house sort of ambiance, and that Frankie wasn't caring about the house.
Do you know what? I can tell me and you are going to have a lovely time this series. Give it up for Dog's Mad as well. We're going to have so much fun, aren't we? Well, good luck. Coming up, we're going to be revealing more than Bobby at the beach in the first news of the series. Plus, the celebs might be getting involved in Big Brother's games now they're in the house. But before they went in, ask them to play a little game of our own in the words of Heavy D.
CBB18.
And join me after the break. Ooh. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. Now, for the first time this series, I'm actually back in the Bots HQ, and while the rest of the house and the Bots studios had a lovely little touch of the Midas, exactly the same in here. Good effort. Now, before they went in, we played a little game with the housemates that involved having a celebrity on their face. It's not like that, is it? It's mine. Have a look. It's disgusting.
Okay, am I a boy?
Actress.
Male.
Is there an X Factor?
Am I a singer? So I'm a girl singer.
It's not me, is it?
Have I shaved my hair off? Not Britney Spears.
Am I a socialite?
Don't know any more singers. I'm in a lot of trouble here. I'm drowning. Shit.
Is there a rumour about them going into Celebrity Big Brother?
Right,
Justin Bieber. He's a guy, isn't he? No.
Am I Madonna?
Oh, you've got to give me a little more than this. This is a little complicated.
But I'm a... Oh, wait. Who else is...
Am I Christina Aguilera?
Christina Aguilera?
Damn it.
Katy Perry?
She's not young. She could sing.
Am I in the Pussycat Dolls?
Is she white?
Am I related to them?
Am I Jennifer Lopez?
Are they like really famous? I'll know they are. Yeah.
Okay, the clue. I might need an umbrella outside. It's raining men.
Is my last name Kardashian?
Don't know who sings it. Sure it was a fella, though. Nice to have been a girl. Oh, I know who it is.
Is it Ariana Grande?
That's the most annoyingest thing. Haven't got a clue. That's what I don't know. Jennifer Lopez, Christina Aguilera, not the Spice Girls. I generally haven't got a clue. This is rigged. I love you.
Right, hang on.
Do I have blonde hair?
Rihanna. Who the hell is that?
Oh, fucking Cher! I love her! Love her! Yeah!
Who's Rihanna? Who's Rihanna?
Oh, is he a contestant on X Factor? Right, is it Simon Cowell?
Never heard of her.
I can't get away from this guy. Like, everywhere I go, Simon Cowell.
Am I Lindsay Lohan?
I'll wind you up. Of course I've heard of her, man. Oh, God.
Lindsay Lohan. She's muddy in all kinds of ways.
But there's something I've got to say. Hold up. I just want to say something to our BT team. I cannot believe you let Chloe do that whole thing with her nipple hanging out. That is terrible. You should have told her. Terrible. And she didn't even know, bless her. Well, listen, that's what they got up to before they went in the house. But it's time to catch up with them. Now they're inside the house. It's time for the first news of the series. Oh, check Minor in. 11:08 this morning, the housemates were waking up to their first full day in the Big Brother house, and conversation got off to a mature and civilised start with a chat about poo.
Is there toilets here? Like, is there one outside? Obviously, you can't shit in the bush, but...
There's no locks on the toilet.
It's weird, mate. Like, I need to go poo, right? So I'm in there thinking, if I start pooing and someone walks in...
Just get someone standing... Just come and ask
me.
Oh,
no, but there's got to be, like, a towel on the door, maybe.
Well, we need to have a sign.
I think what we need to do is... Not yet, everyone cake.
But it's
normal,
worse
normal
for the girls.
Yeah, a lot worse, mate.
But if your brain is saying... if I do that, that could be really embarrassing. It won't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You could be in here for a month without having a poo.
Yeah.
There was me thinking, bears only shit in the woods. Later at 11:36, Heavy D was sitting very, very quietly in the bedroom.
Yeah, do it the way you do it.
Right, listen. Got naught to stay, Listen! We got a lovely cushion here, right? Got a lovely cushion. It's lovely. It's a beautiful cushion. It's a black and white cushion. Now, I'm going to take a few bids on this, right, OK? But as I said, we've got to be quick with this one. Because I said, when it goes, it's gone. So we're going to start the bids now. Going to start the bids at 20 quid. Start the bids 20 quid. Got to be 30. Got 40. Got 50. Bullseye!
60.
60, got 60 out there. Come on, 60. 500 monkey boom over there. We got 500 monkey boom.
505.
505 over there. Come on. 500. 600 over there. We got 600. $1 grand. 1,000 King Cobra pounds. Boom. We got 1,000 over there.
$1 million.
1 minute. Fuck it, I'm going to go retire. Yes!
He's never quiet, and he was in the bathroom. Then at 12:31, Grant was the hot topic in the bedroom.
Grant's really sexy. Do you not think?
Who?
Grant.
Grunt. No, it's not my type.
What's your type?
Is he the one that looks like a serial killer or not?
Wait, who looks like a serial killer?
You're right.
Who does?
Just to look at it. Like,
I could see why you like Grant. I think he's got a great personality.
Yeah.
Sexy, check. Great personality, check. Face of a serial killer. Do you know what? I wouldn't let those girls write my dating ad. Do you know what I mean? And finally, at 1:33 this afternoon, Biggins was laying down some house rules, and it appears the poo chat weren't over yet. Oh.
Biggie!
Listen, I think that, here we are, and it's all great, and we're having a fabulous time. I think that, forgetting last night, because last night was our first night in, I think we have to be aware of a little tidiness.
Yeah.
For instance, I went to the lavatory and someone had shat up the side and not cleaned it. Already. And I think once you've eaten some food, wash it up.
Yeah.
And just try and keep it as tidy as ever. I mean, last night, I'm not going to say who did it, but there was a whole pile of crisps down there. Heavy, was that you, mate? No, it wasn't heavy. Wasn't heavy. Not guilty. Someone slightly heavier.
Biggins, you need to thank your lucky stars you weren't in there with Gina from Heartbeat and Kathy Bill. I mean, they're two filthy birds, let me tell you. No today's news. But, as ever, it's now time for the weather. There they are. Hello and welcome to tonight's weather. Following on from a clear night sky full of stars, today has seen conditions become overcast as an undercover task calls poor visibility when Biggins was voted as the secret boss. Now, misty conditions and cloudy judgment are set to continue throughout the weekend. Unusual weather patterns have arrived from across the Atlantic as dark clouds, largely around Renee's eyes, look set to battle Frankie's sunny outlook. Gale force winds are likely for those caught on the wrong side of Syra and Biggins for that matter, whilst Heavy D's sonic boom is causing considerable seismic activity. In the bedroom, temperatures look set to soar as Lewis creates his own one-man heatwave and those near Marnie may feel vibrations. Overall, the outlook suggests that while we've seen the calm before the storm, prepare yourselves as extreme conditions are heading for Borehamwood, and with that in mind, we are issuing an extreme weather warning for the whole of August. And that was the weather where they are. Have a great night. Thanks. Coming up, we got all the latest from the house, plus our panel will be giving their verdict on the first evil twist of the series. Believe me, it's kicking off in that house already. See you after the break. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brothers. Bit on the side. So tonight, We learn that Biggins wants to target the beautiful people. Well, it's lucky he's not in here, because otherwise I'd have no panel, would I? I'd probably still be here, though. Now, in just a moment, we'll be talking about the first twist of the series that is continuing to cause more shocks than Marnie asking Syra if she's masturbated. And with that in mind, it's time to check in with the house, and Marnie's serving up her ice cream.
No! I want to see it. Show it to me.
Right. What?
No.
It's a gum and chocolate.
It is chocolate.
That is
chocolate sauce.
That's so low key.
How do you wash it?
They have special. I have special washes. For someone who doesn't have fucking vibrators, I know everything how to
You're
clean
supposed to put
them.
them in the dishwasher.
Oh yeah.
No, they melt.
I just give it a little wipe with a baby wipe.
Baby wipes, beautiful, and some fucking what is that? Soap and water. We're good, yeah.
They can. No man can do what they can do. I don't think.
Then I want 17. And I want a giant ice cream cone with 3 scoops.
I've got to start with Louisa. Were you ever tempted to take anything like that as the female on our panel?
No, that never crossed my... She's not going to use it, is she?
I don't know. I mean... Would she?
No, I don't watch Geordie Shore, so I don't know what she's like on there. Like,
She'll be using it. She'll be using it.
No, what's she going to do? Lay there, and everyone's like, lying around her.
But is that her luxury item? Do you get one luxury item? Is that her luxury item?
That must be her luxury item. Actually, Bobby, it's funny you've asked that, because are you 1 scoop or 3 scoops?
3 scoops.
If this is what they're talking about, Frank, and sharing literally on their first full day in the house, are we not in for quite a good run here?
Yeah, as I said, mate, hats off to the producers. You sort of saying we didn't at the start. Do you know what I mean, mate? We're in for a blinder without a shadow. I said it, do you know what I mean? And as I said, they're all getting paranoid already. They're all talking about game playing and that. Fucking rocket. We should rename it The Hive.
The Hive.
Because it's fucking buzzing!
We will be when she turns that dildo on, right? Biggins, let's talk about him. He's got a brilliant poker face. It's not much. He's still got a lot of work to do, though, as the Secret Boss task continues. And I've got a little exclusive reveal for you. Because as we speak, the housemates are being thrown a party, and Biggins is going to make his next move by accidentally, not accidentally, spilling his drink over the person he wants to nominate. So, Louisa, who do you think could be next in his firing line?
I think maybe Bear or Frankie.
Oh, why Frankie?
Just because they're pretty.
Simple answer. Lovely. Bob, is there anyone you'd like to accidentally chuck your drink on?
I would absolutely spill a little bit of my salve over Aubrey.
Oh!
And you know what? I'm just putting it out there. I feel like she baited it up and she over-egged the pudding. Like, as he was literally walking out the diary room, she's like, kiss me, kiss. And I thought, like,
She
literally,
really
he's not a silly man. He's sat on this panel, he gets the show. The last thing he needs is people really making it obvious. And I think she said it once or twice and it was getting too much, and I had hands behind my eyes. I was like the little monkey emoji. You know what I mean?
Well,
so, yeah, Aubrey,
we saw in the exclusive earlier, Biggins picked Bear and Lewis as the least talented. Now, he's already picked on them in that task. Do we think one of them will be the one that he goes to nominate, do you think?
Well, I think he should nominate Frankie for looking like a fucking Pokemon. It's unreal.
In all fairness, I am playing a bit of Pokemon, and he'd look good as a Pokemon. Like, he does look good. He's one you'd want to catch.
Yeah,
he is one you'd want to catch. But remember, who he actually does throw that drink over will, in fact, be immune from eviction this week. They're not actually up. Louisa, who would you like to see have immunity?
I don't know. I like Ricky, actually.
Yeah, we like Rick.
And Ricky, we like him. We like his eyes.
Yeah, we're
And
loving
we
his
think,
eyes.
what I like about Ricky is that he's, like, very suave, seems like a gentleman. He's not arrogant like the other good-looking men in
He'd wine us, he would dine us, do you know
we
what
let
I
him.
mean?
He's
And he'll
still
take
a
his time
young
before he does the
guy.
next bit.
Yeah.
Wipe up once he leaves.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Shuts the door on
You
his
were
way
piping
out.
up.
Oh, no, Ricky's got to be immune to the eviction. Definitely.
Do you think, Ricky, you're piping up?
I want Renee to be immune because I'm desperate to find out about her derriere.
Oh, yeah. Not in the derriere. Who else do we want to see immune? You're piping up over there.
I think Marnie, because I think she'll keep the entertainment going. Definitely.
Go on, darling.
Marnie wants to use that vibrator. That's what it is about her. She wants aim there, and that is what it is. Marnie, that is what she's going to do.
Needs a 69er. I mean a 99er.
Don't build your part. Oh, listen, let's talk about Syra, because we did see her play it quite well in tonight's show. She played the Missing a Kids card, as we said a little bit earlier. We've seen her secure immunity. Do you think the others, Bob, are now going to think that they've got to work harder, seeing as that she has played it?
She's kind of set the tone, she set the bar, and now they're going to be limboing under her bar. So I reckon they're all going to be over him like a fly-around shit.
Oh.
Trying to literally try and get that immunity, do you know what I mean?
But to succeed, they're going to have to really deliberately be annoying. So, Frank, who do you think, $1 million question coming up, out of this lot, is going to be able to be really annoying?
Frankie.
And the boom man.
Because I like him a lot, but as we said earlier, he's come in, he's made it quite clear that he's got a game plan and he wants to play the game. So of course he's going to fucking do anything
Which I've got to say is quite nice and refreshing, because it's when people we can see clearly playing the game.
I agree,
don't
exactly.
We don't like that. When someone goes, like Heidi and Spencer, to be fair, they were like, we're playing a game, and they were great housemates, still lost, sorry, but they were great housemates. They were brilliant housemates. Lou, you've been in there. How would you play it?
I think that Biggins likes intelligent people, intelligent conversation. So I'd be really, like, pretend to be really thick and just
that'd be really hard for you.
You're not Godfather anymore!
Well, as we just brought it up, we saw a not-so-subtle Aubrey beg for a snog in tonight's show. Do we think there is a danger of one of our housemates giving the jig? I'm going to come up to you, Dan. I'm going to come up. God, you had to sit right up.
Do you know what? Like you just said, I think Audrey is the one that's going to blow it.
Audrey?
It's only one day. Yeah, I think she's going to blow it because, like, she's straight away, like Bobby said, done the lips thing. You don't do that.
Just to confirm, Audrey Roberts is not in Celebrities Big Brother. We can put that out there, which would be a shame. I think she'd be great. Who was
What I want to know is that if they're still in their horse, the outfit, the pantomime horse, if he throws a drink over them, are they both nominated, or is it just one of them?
Oh, you have to complicate my show. It's a Friday night. It's the weekend, babe. Come on. Come on. Well, funny you should say that, because he is a bit of a savvy operator, Biggins. He knows what he's got to do, and we know he's also a Big Brother fan. The worry with you choosing Biggins, do we think, Bobs, he could twig that there is a bit of a role there?
Yeah. See, this is the thing. I think anyone who's a Big Brother fan kind of always knows, and I know some people have been saying, because I've seen on social media last night going, it's too early in the game for anyone to suspect. No, let's rewind. Big Brother is notorious for launch night. The amount of people that get called to the diary room to do tasks, Nat, Cass, I mean, list as long as my arm.
And that's fine. They're all aware that there is a launch night task going on.
But I reckon...
And he genuinely thinks, at the moment, from what I've seen, and I've seen today as well, that he is the one in control of this and no one else knows it's him. Do we think he could potentially twig? Like, if Aubrey...
I don't think he'd let on.
Oh, no, he's clever enough.
Even to us.
He won't let on.
I don't think he would even admit in the diary room that he knew what was going on. I think he'd just carry on, play the game, do his thing, and we'll know if he's going to do that by the next two people that he goes
Well,
for.
if you've got people like Aubrey acting like a dinlo, like trying to pretty much say to him, we know, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's going to find out.
And I reckon the penny dropped. The minute she was trying to neck on, I bet he felt now.
And I think
he probably knows already.
I've got a lovely little reveal for you. Once the task is over, I can confirm that real nominations are going to be taking place on Sunday. Real... I've got 30 seconds. We're only 3 days in. I've only got 30 seconds left. Frank, who do you think's in trouble when it comes down to noms?
I think Bear's going to struggle. He's walking a thin line. I feel he could have got away with it on other shows, but we ain't stupid when we're watching Big Brother.
Lulu, 20 seconds.
Yeah, I think Bear.
Yeah. You think Bear, Bobby?
I'm going to say Chloe, because I want to help the girl with her lip.
Ah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like she's had a mare.
Good luck to her. She looks lovely. Well, listen, unfortunately, it's Friday night with no Evictee. It's the end of the show. Good bit of chat, people. That's all I've got time for tonight. A massive thank you to my panel and our fantastic audience. Thank you. I'll be back here on Sunday at the earlier time of 10 p.m. over on 5 Star. Not here, 5 Star for the first weekend show of the series. Until then, have a lovely Saturday night.